Alright, folks, this is Acid Roots, and I've got an album review for you, which is We Are Young Money. The primary artist on this project is Lil Wayne. So, what he did with this was he made a group album, and it showcased a lot of different folks on this project. Nicki Minaj, this is one of her first appearances on a actual marketed CD. Drake got some showtime here, and there's many more on here that you're going to see. Now, really, as far as the quality of this project, one of the main reasons I'm reviewing it is I just wonder how many people still kind of think about, what was going on when this was released. And I feel like, if you remember the song Bedrock and, hearing that and everything that happened from there, it's kind of like, well, what happened to Young Money? And to me, I'm kind of thinking, just 5 minutes ago, I thought that this album was kind of a dud, but then I quickly realized it's not a dud, it's just not a sweeping success. So I'm going to give it probably, we'll get to it, but what I'm trying to say is it's kind of a sleeper album in the sense that it did have some good cuts. It just is not, its approach is not a frontal approach. It's more of like a flank, or it's kind of from the side, whatever you want to say. But this is how it came. And so there were 3 singles that supported this project, but also it was, the success of it. I think a lot of people were just wanting Drake to release his album, which that came within a few months after this came out. And then from there, we got the rest of everyone coming. So I am going to talk about Nicki Minaj, and we will see some things from there. But so with this, Lil Wayne was headed to prison, and so I'm not really sure when this was recorded. I'm assuming somewhere mid to late 2009, because it came out at the last bit of that year. And we were also supposed to get some more music, so this is what happened. The Young Money cast, they do things, but it feels as if the songs are not as strong as a standard rap cut on a standard rap album. Because I don't know how many of these folks released actual solo albums, but the only thing about it is that the songs are weaker than a rap album song. Like if you're expecting like a Ludacris song, and then you hear a song that is not a single, it's different from a song that's not a single on this album. So that's kind of the thing, is a lot of the attention is going to be focused on like Every Girl and Bedrock, and in some cases Roger That. But beyond that, it's difficult to recommend a lot of the content on this project. But it's a sly project. It's pretty sly just because it's not a failure, and it's definitely not a horrid album. It's not bad. It's just not a knockout. So that's the main thing. I'm going to get to how many songs I like. Production on this project, there were some surprises on here. I thought Wife Beater was pretty good. I felt like Steady Mobbin' was okay. That one did not have as much an effect on me. Maybe it's because I've been listening to more rock. But I felt like that song should have had a better impression on me than it did. And I also liked the song Fuck the Bullshit. That was another one that kind of did it. And then Pass the Dutch. These were some good cuts on there that were produced rather well. So the songs that you need to hear, I liked 5 songs out of 15, and then there were 2 songs I was on the fence about. So the 5 songs I liked were Every Girl, Wife Beater, Pass the Dutch, Fuck the Bullshit, and Bedrock. Now all of these, they're going to have someone on here that you need to know. Drake picked a lot of good songs to be on, and, this is something else to know. because this was it kind of felt like, it's hard to describe, but it was a good look for Drake, even though he probably didn't need it. So every song that you hear him on, he takes care of it, and it's good to see. The Nicki Minaj songs, now this is different. She was on Bedrock, but she was not on Every Girl. So we kind of got introduced to her in the fall rather than in the summer. And so what I thought, she was also on My Chick Bad. I think, yeah, My Chick Bad around this time. And so with her songs, she kind of, it's not as, well, I don't know how. Fuck the Bullshit was good. Bedrock was good. Roger That was kind of one that I was, you know, deciding. Still not. I didn't. That one wasn't as immediate for me, and that was kind of the same thing with Steady Mobbin'. But she has charisma, and that's the thing, is she can be on a song, and it's obvious. If she was just with other people, you're going to be able to know when she's talking, and I can listen to her outside of this project. So that's kind of the thing that happens. And so I like other Nicki Minaj songs, and this is something. But I just don't feel like she was exploited. I guess to further say it, I don't think she was exploited as well as she could have been on this project. Kind of looking for a song that could have been like what Every Girl was to Drake. We just needed her on a different song. Roger That was not that song. I'm still kind of on the fence about the song, but really she needed like a third. There needed to be like a third single that featured Nicki Minaj and got her in the air. But she took care of her business, so it's not really that much to worry about. There's Tyga, there's Gutta Gutta, there's other people on here that did the thing, and you get to the point. You've heard Gutta Gutta if you've listened to Lil Wayne mixtapes. He's on there quite a bit, and he can rap. It's not a question. He's able to do it. So it's kind of like you're getting almost like a Lil Wayne mixtape when you hear him on there. And so that's an extra thing. Tyga's kind of on here, but he's really not on it that much. And Roger That was not a good song to showcase him, but Wife Beater worked. And so that's what I was thinking. So the score that I'm going to give this project is, I'm going to give it a 4. I'm going to give it a 4.5 out of 10, because 7 out of 15 is right in the middle of the road. But that's if I like the two songs I was saying, which are Steady Mobbin' and Roger That. So as far as recommending it, I could recommend it, but I don't think it should be like an expensive price that you're paying for it. The Future, Young Money did drop a second album, which I might review down the road. The Social Score, which is how well this plays around a group, it's got some surprise hits, but it's just not enough to carry the night or carry the day, whichever you're going through. It's just kind of like fills up a playlist type thing more than actual stands on its own. So I'll give it a 3 social. And if I didn't say that's how well it plays around a group, I'll say it again. You and a group of friends. Can it be topped? I think the answer is yes, by a landslide. So I give this album a 4.5 out of 10 and a 3 social.